with this one, which is the one I shared to you under the title protein purification. Okay, so yeah, this is the first slide for protein purification. We have here, before we start to do the purification, we know that we need to, this is the basic requirement. Okay, purification is a process where you want to separate your target protein from the impurities from the crude. So this is the requirement that you need to do, that you need to know before you start doing your purification. Okay, so what are the requirements? Okay, first you need to know the molecular weight of your target protein, and then the charge of your target protein, I mean the PI, okay, and then the solubility of the protein. You need to know in which buffer, in which salt or something, the protein can be in the optimal solubility, and then you need to know what kind of is there any special properties of your protein where it has certain affinity towards what. So this is what you need to know. Okay, for our case, we know that our molecular weight for the protein that we have purified, I mean the enzyme that we have purified, we use T1 lipase. So the molecular weight for T1 lipase is about 43 kilodalton, and then the charge, okay, depending on the buffer that we have used to solubilize the lipase, okay, and then the affinity, yeah, these two comes together sometimes. Okay, the affinity is, we know that our lipase is fused with histidine tag. So, okay, when we have the histidine tag, it has affinity towards nickel. So that's why we use histidine tag and then nickel as the metric. Okay. So for the molecular weight, okay, protein can be separated based on molecular weight. The first thing, if we know the molecular weight, we know that the protein can be separated based on the molecular weight. Okay. Example, like ultra centrifugation. That means we centrifuge at high speed. Okay. And then we have used high speed centrifugation last time. Okay. But this one is super high. We can see it later on in the example. And then the dialysis, it involves the tube where we have the that like a snake skin tube. Um, it is a tube like an ice cream tube, like ice cream Malaysia. Okay, that's the tube looks like, but it's not that tube. It's not that plastic, but it is a tube where that tube comes in different size, meaning that dialysis, that snake skin, we call it snake skin. Okay, it comes with a different molecular weight. For example, if it is 10 kilodalton, that means all the molecular and all the protein with smaller molecular weight will be out from the solution. Okay, and then another one, gel filtration. Okay, we can see the example later on, and then we have SDS phase. Okay, so next one, okay, this is the gel filtration. Okay, it relies on a column of bit specified pore size known as molecular sieve. Okay, protein and other molecule cut off, blah blah blah. So that means the smaller molecule below this cut off will get into the pores and take long time to travel to the column. Okay, let me just see the example from different slide. Yes, this is another slide. Yeah, this is size exclusion chromatography. Let me just go to the YouTube. And then you can see here. Okay, too slow. unavailable. Why? It looks good last month. So filtration. Okay, this one. So if you look at this is gel filtration chromatography, where we can separate the protein based on the size. Okay, this is the column. If we can see here, the column is much longer than the affinity chromatography. Okay, so why it is long? Because we need our protein to be travel here. The protein will be filled up in this matrix. Okay, let's go into detail. Okay, that white color bit, it come with the pores, with the hole inside. Okay, when we start to, the protein is loaded, okay, we can see the small protein managed to get into the pores, but the big protein cannot get into the pores. See, the smaller travels longer than the big one. See, the big one is going to be out now. Okay, the absorbance from a 280 release the red color protein. And then you can see the second big protein being released out. And then last but not least, this is the smallest protein, will be eluted later. So if you look at carefully, analyze this thing, you will notice that this pattern is totally different than the one that we have used, right? The one that we have from affinity chromatography, we have an absorbent here, the big absorbent, and then we have the where this part will be the flow through, and then we have the washing step, and then only after that we get the peak for the illusion. But if you see this kind of chromatography, like such exclusion chromatography, it is totally different, where the principle is different. The protein will get will go to this hole. Only after that it will be eluted out. There's no like a, it's still um similar principle, where the protein need to be bound to the matrix and then eluted out. So for this case, what is uh the protein, which one, uh which protein bind to the matrix? Basically the smaller one will get to the matrix, and then the bigger one will just say hi to the matrix. It will not get into the matrix, so that the bigger one will be eluted first. Okay, the smaller one will be eluted later. Okay, for our case, for example, if we want to use this method, if we know the target size, our T1 lipase is 42 kilodalton, that means we need to find this matrix, okay, which is suitable for 43 kilodalton. Okay, so we know that the first protein will be eluted out will be the biggest one. So it could be something like 100 something or 40 some 60 something or what. So based on this, we know which fraction will be T1 lipase. For example, if we know that T1 lipase will come out in this fraction. So when we perform assay, we can assay based on the peak. Okay, we assay this peak. Do we have any lipase in here? Lipase activity. If there's no lipase activity, that means this peak, for example, if this peak fraction number 21, 22, 23, three fraction here, three tubes represent the red color, 21, 22, 23. If within these three tubes there's no lipase activity, that means this fraction, this peak is not belong to lipase activity. Then let's go to this second peak, to the second peak. Maybe this peak represent uh, 32, 33, 35, 34, 32, 33, 34. Okay, 33, 32, 34. When we assay, okay, these 3 tubes, only tube 33 got the lipase activity, meaning that, okay, this area is belong to lipase, the one that we want, but only for fraction number 33, not 32 and 34. Okay, we can even try for this one. This is the smallest molecular weight. Okay, maybe this one is no activity at all. So this week, even though this one belong to T1 lipase. Okay, if we do the protein assay, yes, the protein assay like Bradford assay, this peak or these peaks will give you the reading, the protein reading. Yeah, because they are proteins. They will give you the protein activity, I mean protein concentration, but only certain fraction will give you your target enzyme activity. Okay, so let me just go to the slide again. Okay, so this is gel filtration. Well, you know the principle already. You know the how the chromatogram looks like for gel filtration. Okay, so this is example. Another, yeah. First we have the void volume. The void volume is the volume inside the column. Okay, you have the metric just now. Definitely that metric is filled with the buffer. So we need to know the volume of that buffer first. So never mind, this one we can cover later. This is the size that we have discussed just now. Okay, as we go up, the first fraction represent the bigger size. The later fraction will represent the smaller size. Okay. So if you look at here, they have two things, two graphs. Okay, the absorbent 280 represent the activity for the specific enzyme they are working on. Okay. So for our case, we want so second part, the protein can be separated based on and then okay, it can be separated by molecular weight, again consistent region, and then negative the protein, the SDS cause the protein to be negatively charged protein. Okay, and then okay, or the disulfide bridge will be broken down, and then the secondary structure, okay, everything will be just in different subunit. So we have the example here. It is not as good as yours, but it is still example. We have pen, hemoglobin. This one, the catalyst, hemoglobin, BSA. Okay,
Kau dengar
so
suara
we
aku ni?
have different pattern.
Doktor? There's no, do you share the
Yes.
screen, doktor?
Yeah.
Tak ada apa-apa keluar. Can see the screen.
Yes.
Just hear your voice only. Tak ada. Tu yang cakap.
Yes. Problem right now. Really? But can you see my face now? because I'm holding my phone